The Kentucky Office of Vocational Rehabilitation, an overview.
Working is a part of life for most Kentuckians. In addition to a paycheck, there are many other benefits of working, including giving one a sense of identity, opportunity for friendships, and control over one's life. However, for some Kentuckians, getting a job is more difficult. This video is an overview of the services that the Kentucky Office of Vocational Rehabilitation provides for job seekers with disabilities. The employment rate for people with disabilities in Kentucky is about 30%. That means that less than 1 in 3 adults with a disability has a job. For people with an intellectual disability, the employment rate is only around 21%. That means that only about 1 in 5 adults with an intellectual disability is employed. There are supports for people with disabilities to obtain the skills needed for work and to help them find a job. The Kentucky Office of Vocational Rehabilitation, sometimes called Voc Rehab, or VR, is part of the Kentucky Career Center. Services are provided through local VR offices.
The first step in getting assistance from Voc Rehab is a referral.
People with disabilities who want to work can contact the Office of Vocational Rehabilitation for help. They may call VR themselves, or another person or agency may call for them. Every Kentucky county has a VR counselor available. A VR counselor is a person trained to help people with disabilities find a job. There are also specialized VR counselors for people who are blind or deaf. Upon contacting Voc Rehab, someone will ask basic information about you and the services you're seeking. This information will be given to a VR counselor who will schedule a meeting to help you complete an application for services.
Step 2. The application process.
At the initial appointment, you will talk to the VR counselor about your interest in finding a job. The VR counselor will ask for information about your disability, your work history, and what you need to be successful at work. To be eligible for services, you must have a physical, mental, or emotional disability that results in a significant barrier to employment. Physical disabilities may include bodily injuries, arthritis, diabetes, seizure disorders, orthopedic impairments, vision or hearing impairments, or any other physical disability. Mental and emotional disabilities may include learning disabilities, depression, anxiety, bipolar disorder, schizophrenia, intellectual disability, autism, or any other cognitive or mental health condition. The VR counselor will ask for information to help determine if you're eligible for services. Bring information such as medical documents about your disability and SSI or SSDI benefits to the meeting. If additional information or assessments are needed, your counselor can help arrange those at no cost to you.
Step 3. Eligibility.
Within 60 days of applying, you will know if you qualify for services. Sometimes you will know sooner. Sometimes there are not enough resources to serve everyone with a disability who wants a job. People who are eligible but are not currently being served will be put on a waiting list until funds become available to serve them.
Step 4. Individualized plan for employment.
After you are determined eligible for services, you will meet with your VR counselor to develop a plan for employment. All Voc Rehab services are individualized. That means they focus on each person's needs, and that you have a say in making the decisions throughout the entire process. The first step in developing a plan for employment is to decide on a job goal that matches your interest, skills, abilities, and limitations. Your VR counselor can help you set this job goal. Once you have a job goal, you will work with the VR counselor to develop a plan for services to help meet your goal. This is called the Individualized Plan for Employment, or IPE. Some of the more common services include job placement, guidance and counseling, physical and mental health therapies, vocational and other training services, transportation, and assistive technology. Once your plan is set, the job search will begin. Sometimes VR counselors will help to connect you with employers. Sometimes they will have an employment specialist assist you with the job search. These people may work for VR or they may work for a partner agency.
Step 5. Employment.
The Office of Vocational Rehabilitation helps people find competitive, integrated employment. Very simply put, this means you are paid no less than minimum wage and at least what other employees without disabilities who do similar work at that job are paid. You are eligible for benefits and promotions like your coworkers without disabilities who do similar work. You interact with other people without disabilities to the same extent as employees without disabilities who do similar work. A VR counselor can explain this in more detail at your first meeting.
According to the 2020 National Core Indicators Report, only 7% of adults with an intellectual disability receiving state services in Kentucky held a competitive integrated job in the community.
Some people may need extra help to find or keep a job. Supported employment is for people with the most significant disabilities. They will get additional help figuring out a job goal, finding a job, and keeping their job. We have another video to explain how this service works. Once you start your job, the VR counselor will continue to follow up with you for 90 days to make sure your job is stable. Then your case will be considered closed. However, if you need help getting or keeping a job in the future, you may reapply at any time. Thank you for watching. We hope this brief overview of Kentucky's Vocational Rehabilitation Services has been helpful to you. Look for other videos related to employment on the Employment Files YouTube channel. For additional information or to apply for services, contact your local Office of Vocational Rehabilitation or call 800-372-7172.